Hello YouTubers, Tross here, back playing some more Kerbal Space Program. Last time we had upgraded the R&D Center to level 2 so we can finally make use of science in the tech tree that is above 100. We now are limited to 500. I'd like to upgrade our launch pad so we get rid of the weight restriction, so that we go unlimited. Currently the 140 tons, you can get to the moon and back, but barely. I also have not yet upgraded the space plane hangar, the runway, or the administration building. So, we'll see about doing some of that today. But first, let's take a look at what contracts we have available. Hey, Gene. So we have 3 contracts currently, and this one we have 4 years for. This one we have like a year and a half for. And this one we have like 10 years for. So, I'm not really worried about these currently. We almost did this one when we went to the moon. This one, I'm not sure why I took this one. But it should be relatively simple to complete if we make a specific rocket for it. You gotta get up to between 23 and 32 kilometers and open up one of the drogue chutes. Gives a decent amount of science, but it's not really well funded. This one will give a decent amount of funds, and I'll probably wind up doing it the next time I head out to the moon, because it'd be while we're doing things at the moon, if we can just release a little satellite, I think that would, that's mostly cost-effective way of doing that. These visual surveys will also give a good return on investment, but I'm going to need a bigger airplane, so we have to have the spaceplane hangar upgraded, and I'm sure upgrading the runway would also help because it's not exactly entirely smooth right now. So let's look at what we have right now. Perform visual surveys of the moon. EVA report on the surface, which requires landing, and 2 crew reports above certain sites. This is just on the edge of doable for me. I'd rather do this once we have an upgraded launch pad. That way I can build a ship that I know will make it there and get back instead of having to rely on RCS for returning home. Plant a flag. If we did the visual surveys, planting a flag would be an obvious thing to also do at the same time. It's really good return on investment. Fortunately, I don't think we can do that right now. Science from space around the moon. Now, it's pretty trivial, yes. If we're going out to the moon, just to do this and not any of the others, though, wouldn't really be that good of a return on investment. Test the hydraulic. A little bit of science. I don't really think it's worth it. Test a parachute in flight over Kerbin. Not worth doing on its own. Temperature scans of the moon. This is basically very similar to the visual surveys, except you just need to bring a thermometer along as well. It does pay really good. Like I said, I'm not too confident of my ability to get to the moon safely with a ship that's less than 140 tons. I'm sure there are people who can do it. I'm just not one of them. A 200-ton ship, great. I'll go there in a second. I just don't have that capability right now. Geosynchronous orbit. So this is very much like the one we did last time. It pays decently. Another geostationary orbit. This also pays decently. This one is a circular orbit. The other one is more of an elliptical orbit. And it's inclined slightly. And it needs a materials bay. This one, I think we can do both of these in one launch. So let's take this one and this one. Liquid fuel engine on escape trajectory out of the moon. Decent bit of science. It wouldn't pay for itself just to do itself, but with some other moon ones, it would be worth it. Alright, if we're going to be doing those geostationary satellite ones, I'm trying to look for what else we could do at the same time. Yeah. Potentially we could do this one, but I'm not sure. We may be going faster than 500 at 14 kilometers, so I wouldn't want to risk doing that one. We're definitely going to be doing faster than that. This is something you send a little mini rocket up to do. But we could test this hydraulic attachment manifold while landed. So let's take that as well. And let's check out the R&D department. We now have access to this level. I'm trying to determine. We have a lot of science. What, if anything... Well, here, this would be useful. The barometer. It's 160 science. Some bigger solar panels may also be useful. If not for this mission, then for future missions. This will give us multi-person, multi-crew capsules, which could be helpful. This would be helpful for that visual surveys, but since we don't have a bigger hangar yet, we're not going to be going after any meteors, asteroids for a while. Nothing there looks, incredibly useful right now. These might be useful, but I don't think with our weight restrictions we could really make best use of them yet. Okay, so for now it looks like the barometer is useful, at least for the science it will provide. And these would be useful, especially if we're trying to make a small satellite like we will be. Yeah, resound. We can get one more. Not going to be needing these right now, the larger capsules. I'm going to take these electrics just because I think it might unlock some more, or at least get us close to accessing more science. And yes, look at that, we have the accelerometer, which nowhere near enough science for that. But alright, there's one more thing quickly before we build. I'm going to upgrade the administration building. We definitely have the money for that, and it's really not going to set us too far back on upgrading the spaceplane hangar or the runway. Think of that. So now we can have up to 3 active strategies, and we can have a higher commitment each strategy. So we can go up to 60%. Now, I don't really see a use for reputation. I haven't gotten a bad reputation, and I don't expect to fail any of these contracts. So I don't expect to get a reputation hit at any point. So this will get us this will take half the reputation. Normally reputation has 100 or so per mission, and it will get us 8 funds for each unit of reputation taken. So if we could, lose 100 funds, 100 reputation, but gain 800 funds, that may be worth it. What else do we have available? It's science. This takes science and gives reputation. This will reduce launch costs and R&D purchases. But reduces reputation. This will add 10% to the launch cost, but give you an extra 5% of vessel recovery. It looks like you need to commit at least 40% break even, and even then you're recovering generally a much smaller portion of your vessel, so I don't see this being worth it. I am going to do a fundraising campaign, and let's go for as much as we can. 60%. Take 60% of our reputation gains and give us a little over 8 funds for each one. So let's and it only costs 300 reputation, which I'm assuming I have. Apparently that's 300 there. There's a 250, 500, 750. Okay. Let's build our ship. In fact, I'm going to start off with the ship we had last time. We are going to, we're going to test that hydraulic detachment manifold, and alright, there's one that needs a materials bay, and there's one that does not. I need to quickly go back and check. Hey Gene, which one is which? That's the moon. Yes. This is... The one that is elliptical does not need the materials bay. This is also inclined. The one that is circular needs the materials bay and needs to be over zone PVLJ. So this will be the first one we release. Let's come back here. Don't need these. In fact, I'm going to keep the same launcher. Where's sub-assemblies? Call this medium launcher. So we don't need to test the Poodle engine anymore. Let's take those off. So, control for fuel tanks. We have a smaller RCS fuel tank, which I think is just about perfect for this size of ship. Along with that, we have a small battery. So this will be our one probe, and on top of that, we will build our other second probe. Well, actually, let's have this be our first probe. We need to add a materials bay to it. And then our second probe will be very similar. Let's get some solar panels on it. What's the difference here? This looks like it has more torque in its reaction wheel, otherwise they look identical to me. Oh, this one can also hold prograde and retrograde. Well, we'll go with this. Octo Hex. Hex actually seems a little better, but I don't think we can replace that right now. Or can we? I thought there was a button to change which part. Oh, here we go. Root. No. I believe there is some sort of way of selecting which part is the default part. Like, I can't throw that away. But I'm not sure how to do it right now, so I will leave this. It will be fine. Power. RCS. Fuel. RCS thrusters. And finally, tiny engine. And we'll have a decoupler on there. Okay. We were easily able to get a one of these fuel tanks with the Poodle engine. So I think we want T45 with its vectoring. We should be able to get this, which is 9 tons. What we had previously, this alone was 9 tons, and then we had a Poodle engine on there. Another 2 tons. We should not have a problem getting this out to geosynchronous. Except potentially one of stability. This may be a bit wobbly. But at this point, I want to come and grab my medium. And look at that, we are underweight. Wondering if we can swap those out for no. Oh well, we don't need it, really. We were able to get a lighter payload up into orbit. It's just a little slow starting out. We'll call you Beta 16. Save. And let's before we head out to the launch bay, this will be totally useless, but Science. Well, speaking of science, do we have... We need an antenna on the lower guy. Boom. Hydraulic detachment manifold. You are in structural? Well, just in case that makes a difference. You guys go here. So we test the manifold, then launch, the clamps come off, all 3 engines and the 2 solids start. The solids drop off at some point. The sides drop off at some point, but we don't want this engine starting then. Let's move you up here. Should be up here. You should be up here. So when we decouple that engine starts, and when we decouple that engine starts. And of course, we need these the other way around, so that this guy is decoupled first, and he is the he should be the circular orbit. Alright, I think we are good. Let us save. Oh, didn't get the one thing I wanted to do. Here we go. We'll put a pair of these guys on. Hopefully that'll make the rocket a little more visible. This is going to be night. Let's save and let us launch. We are a bit wobbly. We can turn on SAS. I thought it was going to be night. Oh well. I'll turn on the lights anyway for now. Ooh, that is bright. Let's throttle up, and we are going to go in 3. It looks like the sun is actually setting. 2, 1. Test. Look at that. Oh, we haven't even completed that. We just tested. That we did last time. And that we did last time. And that we did last time. Okay. We are now once again ready. And we're launching in 3, 2, 1. Lift off. A little wobbly. Hopefully that won't affect us too much. Alright. Solids are gonna disconnect in a second. And I am not sure what happened there. But, let's revert that flight. what can we do about the wobbliness? Yeah, we need to undo that. There we go. So we need symmetry. And we're gonna try one more. From there. Well, from there to there. There we go. That should stiffen up at least until we get into orbit. Okay, here we are back again. Throttle up. Yeah, it looks a lot stiffer now. Turning on SAS. Doing the hydraulic manifold test. Okay, and we are ready to launch in 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Much smoother and better this time. Hopefully the solids won't be an issue. Alright, solids about to go. No problem whatsoever with the solids now. Let us pull our resources up here. Alright, and so there's the 2 orbits we need to hit. The purple one is the circular one. Or at least that's what it appears like to me. Let's throttle down a little. We don't want to go too much over 200. At least not before we're out of the upper atmosphere. Alrighty, we should be good now. Let's start our gravity turn. Looks to be pretty good. Let's throttle back up now. Yeah, we're going much faster than that parachute test would have needed us to go. Alright, we're about to lose the outer stages. And boy, did we lose the outer stages. Okay, well, this one's a total disaster. And, you know, I probably should take the hit, since we had 2 problems in a row. I should count one of them as being a total loss of vessel and take the financial hit because of that, not thinking or planning ahead. Thought ahead, didn't have a problem last time. Didn't think it'd be a problem this time. And whoa, that goes all sorts of, well, you know, I probably could have tried for space with this stage, but we're gonna take the financial hit. Alright, let's go back to the Space Center. Back to the VAB. Okay, we have about 5 tons to play with. We hopefully won't need anything near that close. We're gonna do symmetry here. And where are these guys going? Should go up here on stage 3, I believe. Yes. Clicked the wrong button there. They were all turned all strangely. So there we go. That should move these guys up and away. Version 2 of Beta 16. Let's quickly get this guy into orbit. Okay, turning on SAS, throttling up, manifold test. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Lids off. Solids are away. Continuing to climb. Starting to pick up speed. Slightly. performing gravity turn to about 60 degrees or so. Coming back up. Comes the moment of truth as we stage. And second here. There we go. They separated nicely. Had my fingers crossed there that they wouldn't wind up spinning inward or outward. Let's lean over some more. Now closer to 45 degrees or so. Our apoapsis is almost in space at this point. We can probably lean over quite a bit more. Want to get that over to about, we'll go 80, I guess, 80 kilometers up. There we go. Still have lots of fuel on this stage. More than half. Let's plan our circularizing maneuver. Something like that. And we have to get this side underneath us. And we have a 42-second burn here. And I'm going to start about 30 seconds. For circularizing, I'd like to start a little early than half and half, so that we don't start falling back down, or only very minimally. So let's throttle up now. I want to stay pretty tight on the ball here. So that we don't get too far off course. That's probably pretty good. 89 by a little low on the periapsis, but that's okay, I guess. Let's add a maneuver here. So we need to get to 2,868,000. Trying to get the little flag here. Yeah, there we go. Stay up. 2 million. 168. That's within a kilometer's more than plenty. I just realized I don't have any solar cells on here, but I think I'll be able to get that away quick enough. Alright, let us turn here. So we're pointing for our next burn, which is going to be in 12 minutes. Something like that. Let's go back on the map. Yeah, we should just get in the sun on the other side when we need to do this burn. We also have batteries on these probes, so at least for now we shouldn't have a problem. No. Wrong keys. What a time warp, not change our focus. So using a bit of battery power here. But we got SAS and 3 probe cores, so that's to be expected. Once we get back in the sun, we should get our power back. Alright, we got about a minute and a half until our burn. We came off the location a little bit, so we're gonna get that fixed right up. That should be good. We are definitely overfueled at this point. We have almost half of this fuel left, and that will get us out to orbit, geostationary orbit. We're gonna start burning at, let's say, 15 seconds to go. And looks like the sun is just about to rise. And there it is. Our solar cells are recharging our batteries, and let's go for throttle up. Just trying to keep on target here. Alright, I throttled off just so I can tap it up slightly. And really close. That's about as close as I think we want to get. So we're gonna come out here and add a maneuver. We're gonna be slightly off, but we will be able to adjust that. You also want that to be very close to be the same altitude. It's going to be pretty close. Six, 40, 45, 50. That should be really close. So let's spin around here and aim for our target. Back. Alrighty. Let's fast forward around here. Alright, we need to keep that visible. I think we will. Probably launched a bit late. If we would have done it earlier, we would have had that more directly under us, but I think it'll still be in the sky. We got about 20 minutes. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. 10 minutes until our burn. Okay, here we are. About 30 seconds before the burn, or before the node. I'm going to start the burn at 15 seconds, and just burn at half throttle, so we can get decently accurate. Alright, let's throttle up now. Something like that. It's basically watching the periapsis. Let's cut that way back. Throttle up just a hair. And I think we have that. No. Launch, reach, keep zone PLVI in sight. Have a materials bay. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. So we have that done. I'm going to decouple. And hopefully our stability won't go all crazy, because we're losing the struts. Alright, let us plan what we need for getting to this orange orbit. We don't really intersect it. Yet. Well, that's... I won't say that's bad, we're just not going to be there soon. We will be looking from above. That looks pretty close. And something like that. So we're gonna turn and face this direction. We really don't need much thrust right now. In fact, I'm gonna say we have all the thrust we need in this little probe here. So I want to get rid of this stage. I don't want it to be a problem for satellites in geosynchronous orbit. So I'm gonna decouple. Well, I should get closer, so we're decoupling in approximately the right direction and position. So we're here. That means getting around here, which is about 2 hours of waiting. So let us do that. So we're back in the sun. Alright, here we are, 5 minutes out. We are now 3 kilometers away from that guy, which is pretty good. There's Kerbin. Just like I said, a few minutes out from that burn. And this isn't going to have much electricity. It's going to have 10 units. And basically going to do some little SAS to turn, and we're going to run out of electricity really quickly. I'm going to throttle up then, though, and that should recharge our electricity and then allow us to deorbit, I hope. Wasn't planning on recovering any of this. Don't have parachutes. Might actually be possible to at least recover this part, but you know, it's not going to be worth much. So let's do this right now. We're gonna manually decouple this. We're gonna switch back. See, our power is ticking down. I just want to swing us a little to the side. Probably the wrong way to swing us. Throttle up a little, and look, we're generating power now. The probe should be out of the way. We are now retrograde. Let's just see how long this fuel lasts. That's great, it's long enough. We didn't even use this stage, but I was there just in case. And we are going to fall into Kerbin, but before that happens, switch to. I hope you're the right. No, you're the wrong guy. Which? Okay. You're the right guy. You have the maneuvers set up. We have about a minute. The only problem is I don't know how long. You are going to need to thrust, so let's... At 1 minute, I will do a quick test burn, and then we'll see how long we'll have to thrust. Just a few seconds now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like it will be a 16-second burn. So we'll start about 10 seconds and not go all the way full throttle. And let's start now. Try to stay on target. Oh, that was a little close there. Let's call that pretty good. So we're trying to get to this orange path, and looks like we'll be pretty close by doing this next burn. So that's in another hour. So let's time warp around real quick. This episode's taking a little longer than I had wanted, but was not expecting those launch problems. You can see our stage falling back. And there it goes. Alright, we have about 3 minutes until our burn. Let's orient ourselves here. Something like that. That's pretty good. Additionally, that's a great orientation for our solar panel there, right towards the sun. Alright, gonna start about 9 seconds, 10 seconds, do half throttle. Something like that. How are we doing here? Okay. That looks like... I thought we closed all these already. Okay, I think that counted. Yes. So, there we go. Little launch troubles earlier on, but we were able to launch 2 satellites and get them into their proper orbits. Let's head back to the Space Center. We now have a bit over 500,000 funds. We lost about 60,000 for our do-over launch. But I think it's only about 300 to upgrade the spaceplane hangar, so I think we'll be able to do that for next time. And maybe finally get those visual surveys done. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Kerbal Space Program. See you guys then.